Hey, listeners, have you ever wondered what you're missing on the Patreon?
Let us ask you these questions. Do you like the Pre-Fixe? There's an extended version of it every week on the Patreon called the a la carte.
Do you miss your favorite dead celebrities? We have a medium who comes on to talk to them on the Patreon.
Are you an astrology buff? We have an astrologer who comes to the Patreon to read the celebrity stars.
Do you want to hear what we edit out of the podcast? Then you can listen to our cutting room floor episodes on the Patreon.
Do you ever wish we could fix you? Then listen to our all-tier advice episodes right now on the Patreon.
And if you ever want to kiki with other listeners of this pod, come to one of our hilarious live Zoom spectaculars.
Still not convinced? No problem. Head on over to patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople to listen to an example episode of each of these. Absolutely free. See you on Patreon.
Where's Shelley?
Shopify's point of sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. Need a fast and secure way to take payments in person? We've got you covered. How about card readers you can rely on anywhere you sell?
Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep, that too. Want one place to manage all your online and in-person sales? That's kind of our thing. Wherever you sell, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Christopher, there are several big news stories this week. The Colbert cancellation, Katy Perry almost died in front of a live audience, Chris Martin breaking up adulterous relationships around the globe.
It's all anyone wants us to talk about is those two people, which, sure, go ahead, continue.
But still, the most important thing of this week is that yesterday you turned 35 years old.
Is it the most important?
It is in this fucking house. I didn't know if I should come on again and sing happy birthday as Cher. I didn't know if I should start a GoFundMe to have a life-size Sims playground built on your block for you to go play in for your 35th birthday.
It's a dream.
And I didn't know, one of my housemates in Provincetown suggested, he by the name of Seamus McGuire, that I appear in my birthday suit and sing happy birthday to you.
Oh, God.
But based on that reaction, I am even happier that I did not engage in that. So all I will say is that I love you and happy birthday on behalf of all the listeners of this podcast.
Thank you.
I hope you have the best birthday ever.
35 is a weird number. It also, the older you get, the more you're like, oh, it's my birthday. Okay, this is so weird. Like, it's just very odd. The older you get, right? It
sure does. It sure does.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy about it. And I'm, we're in the time machine right now, so it has yet to happen. My birthday is not happened yet, but it's always nice whenever you hear from people and people say like, oh, it's so great. You know what I mean? Like, it's so nice. You look like you're doing great things or blah, blah, to catch up with people on your birthday is very fun. I actually really like it all.
Yes,
so
it's fun.
You.
Your birthdays are fun on social media as they are the day when we hear from people. Sometimes there's a group of people I only hear from on my birthday. And it's like 80% of the people I know. So birthdays are fun. So I hope it was, even though this is in the past and the future because we're recording before and airing after your birthday. I hope it was and is wonderful.
It's going to be great. We're also going up to a nice Airbnb with a pool this weekend.
Yes, I am indisposed. Obviously, I wish that I could be there, but you and I have an annual tradition of missing each other's birthdays every year. So I like that we're continuing that for yet a third year in a row.
Yeah.
Someone who is not having a great birthday is, of course, Stephen Colbert. We're leading with this because it brought our group chat to a halt this week. It's sort of such a seismic move. You're not even sure which angle to take it from. Like, is it the administration's fault? Is it really financial, like they're saying? Also, TikTok, is this the end of late night television, period? I mean, and are all of these things true? who knows?
I said this is the first domino to fall. Like when they're canceling shows that like have good ratings and like are doing well, like that's when you know, like no one is safe just in general and like on TV. Like you can be putting up good ratings and then they're like, we want to do all these other things.
No matter what your business is.
And you cost this much money, you know, even if you're bringing in this much money, you cost this much money. It's scary.
When the number one show in late night gets canceled, the number 2 and 3 shows should go into the attic and get their luggage out because it is literally a matter of time. Of course, the game,
and we've talked about
everyone's playing the game about where he's going to land. He has a built-in audience of millions of people who watch him every night, and they should not be sneezed at. So, I mean, he's got to be, I don't know how that goes, but he's got to be talking to a million people, Netflix included. You know, a Colbert-Mulaney late night block could have Netflix just owning late night. I didn't get a chance to watch John Mulaney's late night show when they trialed it earlier, but everyone I know who saw it said it was absolutely fantastic. So,
you know what it is though, too, is it's like a vehicle that is like of a bygone era where like now you can just do this on Instagram. Like, and not trying to say that it's not good or whatever, but it's like what late night filled for us in the 90s is no longer, it doesn't need to be there.
No.
So they need to figure out a way to modernize. And that doesn't mean like go on social media, but just like what can the shows become where they still have such a, like it was such a place where for a celebrity to like, have a great time and do a great thing. And like, they can just like do that on their Instagram now. Do you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing is that of the 3 big late night shows, Colbert was sort of the least innovative in that regard about what's going to happen next. It's interesting because he had the most amount of eyes on him. But as far as Jimmy Fallon, who I'm not a great fan of, but The Tonight Show has just started marketing itself as a younger show, doing a lot of digital content. Jimmy Kimmel was sort of the anchor for ABC, hosting the Oscars and all sorts of other shit. And as the Hollywood Reporter pointed out, Stephen Colbert's job was just to be Stephen Colbert. He wasn't the face of a network. He wasn't trying to, they would post reels online of the shows, but they weren't doing specific content for digital the way that The Tonight Show is becoming famous for. So yeah, it's just very weird. If you love show business and you love this sort of thing, it's definitely like a difficult thing to process because this is not just the death of a show, but it's the death of a genre because it means these other shows are going to go away.
Yeah, it's unclear. It's an unclear situation. The beginning of a closing of a door of a lot of TV that have been holding on to. Does that make sense?
Oh, it sure does. Speaking of the death of a genre, we almost missed the death of Katy. We almost witnessed the death of Katy Perry in concert when, I don't know, during the song Roar, what is that she's flying? What is it, like a pterodactyl or some shit she does in concert?
It's a butterfly. Apparently her thing is a butterfly. I'm like, another pop diva already claimed the butterfly. Like, are we serious?
Like, how dare she, honestly?
Honestly,
Katy
multiple.
Perry?
Britney Spears also kind of had a butterfly going on in her early work, you know?
Well, I gotta say, it's mildly horrifying watching this thing plunge like 5 or 6 feet while she's on it. And Katy Perry looks like she's about to crap her pants, as I would have.
Looks around and is like, hello? Like, she was like, like,
but literally, like, is anyone going to do anything? And then I feel like someone in the audience should have been like, that's what you get for trying to be like Beyonce. Like, honestly, like, how dare you run around the crowd like that? Someone's already doing it. But Godspeed, Katy Perry.
Then did you see that she was like running and then fell down? Like, it looks like she went to go dive and like slide. Did you see this video?
Yes.
Where she then like
was that
falls
from
on
the
her
same
face.
night?
I don't know, but there's another video where she like basically falls on her face, but it seems like she's like diving, but then like skids on her elbows. Like it looks painful. And then she gets up on her knees and is doing that weird dance that we made fun of her for, where it's like, she's doing like the like suck it move all the time. You know what I mean? And then doing that like the like dab and the weird thing. Like, what's going on? Is she okay?
I don't know. I bet every time something like this happens to one of them, Mariah Carey is sitting at home drinking pink champagne going, this is why I stand in the same fucking spot, ladies.
This is why when I move around the stage, I make other people pick me up and physically move me to another spot where then they put me down and I then don't walk still.
This is why I have my torso sewn into a sequined leg warmer, so I'm unable and therefore fall. Thank you. I don't know her, period. Merry Christmas.
This is why I make men carry me. And then my only move that I do is where I pick up my arm and then put my arm down and then pick up my arm and then put my arm down. And then when it's time to walk, I look at another person and they physically move my legs for me.
And even that looks taxing for her. Even the art of being cargoed by another person looks taxing to her.
Yeah,
she looks annoyed. She's always like, why can't I just float over there like a butterfly?
Yeah. My God.
Well, two people who would have wished they could have floated away to hell at this point is the CEO of Astronomer and his head of HR, who by now you've all seen the video of the two of them getting caught at a Coldplay concert having an affair. And they got caught. And Chris Martin, who I guess was joking, just says, well, they're either having an affair or are very shy. I think he might have thought they were very shy and not realizing he just broke the story of the year.
It's also just the first thing that you throw out in your mouth. You know what I mean? As you're like ad-libbing, you're like, oh, whatever, you know. I mean, okay.
All we know right now is that she has not resigned yet, but he has. And, you know, it's hard just because of where we are in history and technology. You never really get the right story the first week. Like hundreds of people are coming forward. Like, the marriages were over. No, they weren't. It was a surprise. That people are releasing false statements from their respective spouses.
What does it matter?
What are you doing?
What does it matter?
I want to know. There's another woman.
This isn't Nicole Kidman being caught on camera. You know what I mean? Like, then we're in a mailstrom. You know what I mean? But not these two nobody people that no one cares about is my take. I have a hot take on it. So
those people it's very funny. I think it's an American thing and it has to do with sex and it absolutely has to do with, there's a thing about cheating in this country, which is it's so overly scandalized periodically when it happens in 80% of all relationships, much less marriages. And then when one gets caught, it's sort of like people just get obsessed because they put themselves in that position. What would I do? I would never do that. They should have just smiled and waved. It's like, it became a crazy thing. Now, I don't, we're not going to sit in judgment of these people. Like, again, I don't even know their fucking names, but I think Monica,
not planning to learn them.
I think they should go to YouTube and watch Monica Lewinsky's TED Talk about the subject of instant fame from innocent sex acts.
The other thing that's so ridiculous to me is like now anything that happens that goes viral, it's like every single content creator has to now make like their little take on it. And like there was people being like Nicole Kidman, like calling her agent to like play that woman. I was like, for what?
Get the fuck out of here. That's like, also that can't even be true.
No, it's like people are, I mean, it's like a joke. I get it. But it's a thing where it's like, because one thing happened like that now means that there's going to be like a limited series. Like it's people doing it as a joke, obviously. It's not like she didn't really do that, but they're like, oh, Nicole Kidman should play this woman in a miniseries. It's like, no, she shouldn't. Like this should be like a funny thing that happens on the internet and then goes away. You know, does everything need to be like blown up into the biggest thing in the whole world? Like so many people DM me being like, you must talk about this thing. And I was like, it's going to not even be that funny anymore by the time Wednesday comes around, you know?
I think it is lasting till Wednesday. We'll see how long after that. But because this has happened over the summer and not in the first part of the year, when people put together the stories of the year, this is now going to be one of them. It's literally going to be war in the Middle East, flooding around the United States, and these two nameless motherfuckers who got caught having an affair at a Coldplay concert.
And
that's
like,
it. Those are your stories of the year.
But like for what? Like,
and you turning 35, obviously. I would say is a close.
Goodbye. I don't know. I'm not as transfixed by these people as everyone else is.
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at a 0 being actually transfixed by them, but I'm at an 11 at the transfixing of this being like on the cover of every paper. I don't know. I mean, I think when celebrities get caught cheating, it doesn't get as much publicity as this.
No.
I think it's because it's a relatable nightmare. It's like no one wants to get caught with their hand down their pants on the Jumbotron when they go to a game like that. And in this case, essentially got his hands caught down someone else's pants, which is an even bigger nightmare.
Oh, God.
Moving along. Speaking of nightmare, this Denise Richards divorce drama is turning into an entire, we're here laughing last week about their finances. And then she releases photos of her with a black eye. And this is no longer This is not what it was a week ago. Like she's
No.
saying he beat the shit out of her. He's saying she's addicted to Vicodin. And all I have to say, Denise Richards, I feel bad for her because when you're in your 50s and you look out at your life and you say to yourself, how the fuck was Charlie Sheen my safe school? Like, you got to think, I don't pick good people. Like, there are people that just, they don't do well in this department. And she seems like, man, this guy is not a good, this is a monster. This is another fucking monster.
And you know what? Someone reminded me that on the show, when she was on Beverly Hills, remember the one time they're walking into the one party and she's like, oh yeah, don't talk about this. And he's like, I'm going to fucking crush your hand or whatever. Something physically threatening her. And we were all like, oh, that's like really fucking scary and weird. But then it's like, what? Like, I don't know. But when you think something's a warning sign or a red flag or an alarm bell going off, it is. That's what we need to remember about this. You know what I mean? We were all like, oh God, what the fuck was that? Like, that sounds so scary. And then he was never on the show again after that. You know what I mean? Like he got out of there. But like, I mean, they all may get, people over there may get like subpoenaed, like who knew what. But like, I mean, this is going to get ugly. I think her cheating on him and taking too many Vicodin is a pretty poor response to he beat the shit out of me. But I feel like this man has a very rough road ahead of him because you should talk to Chris Brown about what's going to happen to your reputation now. You're done. You're done. D-U-N, done. Also, his reputation of what? He doesn't work. He doesn't have a job.
Yeah, just to do anything. I mean, he'll never be in the good graces, whatever. He might as well be Casey Anthony at this point. Like,
yeah, for real.
You know,
no, and we're behind her every step of the way. If someone isn't, I don't know what the hell's wrong with them. You know what I mean? Like
behind Denise Richards, not Casey Anthony. Yes. I just want to make sure in case for anyone who didn't.
Yes. No, I thought that would have been understood, but yes, behind Denise Richards.
Yes. You never know. But it's nice to know in these times when there are relationship issues, we're going to have a new guru to turn to, Christopher, because none other than 12-time father Nick Cannon is launching a relationship podcast.
No, don't want it. I don't want it.
I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm going to be as simple as possible with you. Nicholas Cannon is now our colleague in this industry. Yeah. You're welcome.
And say what?
Chris Lee's, the Cannons, and Fixing Famous People. That's a solid Sunday of listenership, isn't it?
What on earth is he going to say?
How to launch semen? I mean, we get it. You don't need that. That's the TED Talk. He should be like a spokesperson for like prostate medication. We don't need relationship advice from Nick Cannon. Good Lord.
Insane. Like absolutely insane.
He could literally have a child on every week, and that's a season of television shows. It could just be a weekly child visit.
It's going to be like TJ and Amy, like where he's going to be like, let's talk about like the real truth. And it's going to be like some random charlatan people on there. And they're going to be like, we've been dating for like this long. And he's going to be like, that's great. That's so great. Like I give it 10 episodes is what I give it.
I'll give it 10 turbans. I love when he rocks, a head wrap or a turban. I'll watch it just to hear him talk about having children and also wearing headgear. That's what I want from him. He looks like Leona Helmsley sometimes when he dresses up, and I'm obsessed with that. Speaking of having children, having their first child, none other than a favorite of this podcast, Mr. Pete Davidson, is about to be a first-time dad. His girlfriend, Elsie Hewitt, is expecting their first baby. This will obviously be what calms Pete down. I bet he's going to be a wonderful.
I think he's been prepping for this.
This is what's going to ground him.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to like.
I'm honestly super happy for him.
Yeah, and he's going to be busy with the kid versus being busy like. Being like, I need to be famous again. You know what I mean? Or like trying to do something. He's going to be busy raising the kid, which I think is good for him.
Right. Well, most importantly, he won't be out looking for a new girlfriend. I mean, I think that's the key, which is like,
correct.
Just stay with this woman for a little while.
We
raise the kid. Machine Gun Kelly goes on socials when he finds out his bestie is going to have a kid a year after he had one. And I believe MGK's quote was, these play dates are going to hit.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore, Dominic. I don't want to be here.
Just wait until their kids get married. Good Lord.
Yeah, for real.
We received some sad news right before we started rolling on this. We're taping this on Monday this week, and we just found out that Malcolm Jamal Warner, who played Theo Huxtable, passed away at the age of 54 in an accidental drowning off of Costa Rica. By the time you hear this, we might know more information, although I don't know what more there is to be known, but that's just terrible. That's like, for Gen X people, that's someone, 54 is my age. I mean, we grew up together. We grew up watching The Cosby Show with the kids being our age. That's terrible. I was looking at some of the response tweets and Insta comments, and that people are like melting down. And similarly to when Shannon Doherty passed away, it's the same, who I think was also 54. Terrible. By all accounts, like a lovely guy. And being well remembered on internet today.
Really sad.
Very sad.
Yeah.
So prayers out to his. And interestingly, I was reading on TMZ earlier that they did not know his wife or his child's name because he never told anyone what their names were because he lived an intensely private life. Though it must have been his management team that confirmed to people.com that he had passed away. Moving right along, I don't know why, but I never thought I'd be saying this sentence. It could be possible that Chip and Joanna Gaines are allies to the LGBTQ plus community, because there is a controversy that some people are saying is going to end the Chip and Joanna Gaines empire, which I think is a gross exaggeration. It's kind of an infuriating story. They have a new reality show called Back to the Frontier. And they're getting an insane amount of backlash because they have featured a same-sex couple on the new reality show. And conservatives and religious power players, including Billy Graham's asshole son, who turns out is an even bigger asshole than Billy Graham ever was, coming out and condemning Chip and Joanna for having a gay couple and their two sons on this new show of theirs. We're a podcast that talks about frivolous things, and we talk about television shows and movies and celebrities and all that stuff. But in my free time, I don't waste my time telling other people how to live their lives or convincing other people that they shouldn't watch a television show because, quote unquote, God doesn't want them to. Just fuck off. How are we still having this conversation? Gay people appear on a reality show. So these people now, the boycott is that they just lose their careers because of that. There are gay people on every television show you watch. They just don't announce themselves.
Every television show you watch is made by gay people.
Every one of them. Every one of the Sunday masses you watch on syndicated television there are gay people in the control room getting you to see it. And God help me if Joel Osteen doesn't look like a goddamn lesbian right in front of you every time.
Yeah,
it's
literally.
Gay meets gay.
What's
who wrong with you people,
Rachel
man?
Maddow herself is basically up there on the pulpit. Yeah.
You think Jesus wants this? The fuck is in your brain? Stupid.
Also, like, are they Jesus freaks? Like, what do I know? I don't know anything about Chip and Joanna Gaines being like super religious. Is that true?
I don't know if they're like specifically religious, but I know they're embraced by the right. I mean, I think they do address the Lord pretty often. I mean, I think that they are religious, but they're not browbeaters.
Got it. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. It's so weird to me because I'm like, what the fuck do they care? And also, like, there's a lot of people that don't look like it's so fucking stupid because it's like, there's a whole world of people out there outside of you. Like, there's allowed to be another person that doesn't like hold all of your beliefs that exists in this world, you know?
Yeah. And you don't have to shut other people down because it's weird it's weird that we're not intelligent enough, that we still have to keep having this conversation. It's so, it's just bizarre. You want to destroy someone because they had a gay person in their house. Okay, that doesn't sound like a monumental waste of time. Speaking of wastes of time, we turn to Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, who they encountered a judge this week. They encountered a judge this week that gave them what we're calling a Mariah Carey in the press, apparently, speaking of Mariah. During an emergency hearing on Wednesday, Judge Lewis Lyman warned Blake Lively that celebrity was fleeting. And he also admitted that before taking on the case, he had never heard of Blake Lively or Justin. So basically, he was like, calm the fuck down. And that's that. So he basically said, I don't know her, to both Blake and Justin in the ongoing saga that is this never-ending trial.
Good. I want them to get like their shit rocked. You know what I mean? Of being like, what are you, like, enough. You know what I mean?
This trial is going to take longer to complete than the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, which is a church that's been being built for 130 years. I'm so angry at us and the whole internet for how excited we were on fucking New Year's Eve this year. And we're getting all this is juicy. Oh, we were jerking off to this story. And now I'm like, when are they going to die? Yes.
Rebecca and I FaceTimed you from Europe. You were in Europe and we were in America and we were like talking. We were like giddy about it. And look, like, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Well, let's switch gears a little bit here. I want to get a little personal, just in case, Chris. I don't know what the schedule is. You know, I love this podcast, and the thought of leaving it is something that would really hurt my heart. But I will be auditioning for this new Simon Cowell Netflix show where he's looking for a new boy band. If selected, I don't know if I'll have the time for this modular cast on our regular. Oh, if there's not enough Juvederm in the world, they'll turn me away they won't let me in the foyer.
Dominic, you know that he's not trying to cast a new member of the Backstreet Boys currently, right? Right? Are we aware? Is this aware?
That's more
do we
my
know
speed.
This? What's happening?
By the way, speaking of BSB, do you see people are like passing out at their concerts at the Sphere because it's so like from like motion sickness and you're having aneurysms because it's too much. People are legitimately fainting because the effects at the Sphere are so like destructive to your mental state.
Makes sense though when you really think about it. Like right on the heels of the One Direction guy's death, that show is finally airing of like his final thing that he did before he died. And then Simon Cowell's like, someone else is doing my main thing that I do. Knock, knock, knock. Here I come. Like, give it a rest.
I better get a quick facelift and start yelling at children again.
Yeah, for real. Perfect for Simon Cowell to just be like, oh, someone else is doing the thing that I do, like that I'm known for, making these bands and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Like he's the person that's like put together all these bands. So now that someone else is doing it, he's like knocking on their fucking door to be like, let me do this again. Cause I'm like the fucking one, you know what I mean? Like I'm the one that created this. I need to do it again. It's like, go away. Haven't you done enough?
Haven't you heard enough people?
For real. For real.
I'm just curious to see what Simon Cowell will look like. I just want to know what he's going to look like on the show. That for me, his face has become the draw for me. He's like music's Mickey Rourke.
Like a sideshow, like a freak. What is it? What was that called? Like the freak show? That's what I'm lining up to watch when I go watch something and he's in.
He looks like a Ryan Murphy character. Speaking of freak shows, have you seen the non-hotly anticipated sequel, I Already Been Knowing What You Did 3 Summers Ago, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt and others?
I couldn't know what you did any more than I already do know what you did last summer. Yeah, no, I have not seen it.
Right.
I'm not interested in seeing it.
Have you seen the new movie? I swear to you, I couldn't give a flying clit what you did in this or any other summer. Have you seen it?
Any of your last summers that you've already done? Yeah, no, I haven't.
Well, 2 stories came out of the premieres this week. The first is that Jennifer Love Hewitt took to the red carpet and she's what we would say a normal human size, like probably an 8 or a 10. And people are going ballistic because she looked sexy as fuck, but she's not. She's just thicker than the version of her that we've seen before. And she's like, eat it. And we're eating it. She's just like, I have kids, fuck off. This is sexy. And I don't know. I thought she looked great. I haven't seen her in a long time. And when people either gain or lose weight from when you last saw them, it's human to be jarred by it because you're not expecting it. And the press was not expecting it either. And she just confidently took to the red carpet and was like, kiss my fat ass.
But also,
if we're comparing,
how dare your colleague, if you're comparing anyone's 24-year-old body to like their body now as like a 40-year-old, like you're never winning that battle. Unless the person was like morbidly obese and now is like on the other end of like The Biggest Loser. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's unless they've lost like 700 pounds, like that's never a battle anyone's ever winning ever one time.
Well, the other story that came out was not just J-Love's Fizz appearance, but there was no photo op with Sarah Michelle Gellar and Jennifer Love Hewitt on the red carpet. And supposedly they've been feuding for 28 years. And when asked to finally address rumors about the feud between J-Love and Buffy, J-Love told Vulture in a profile that was published this past Friday, I honestly don't even know what it was or how it all came to be, but I haven't seen her. literally, we have not talked since I saw her at 18 years old when the first movie came out. So we just didn't stay in touch. And I guess upon hearing all this, Sarah Michelle Gellar releases a statement that says, for everyone asking, I just never got to see Jennifer Love Hewitt, who is fantastic in the movie.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, we're just not friends.
Feud
like
or no feud. It's the same reason that I don't speak with Brigitte Nielsen, for example. She's just someone that I haven't seen in 28 years.
I'm going to kill you.
Or the 28 years prior.
To kill you. You didn't reach out to her after her.
Is Brigitte Nielsen?
She had a baby. She had a baby at like 60 years old. Remember that? She was like, just had a baby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're an elderly like you're on like Medicare. Like, it's like, what's happening?
You are older than the Golden Girls were at the end of the Golden Girls now. How did you have a child? Right.
No, Dominic, you didn't reach out to Brigitte Nielsen whenever she was on the show Strange Love with her and Flavor Flav. You didn't reach out to congratulate her on that?
Was she not a hero on that show, though? I mean,
no,
everything
100%.
about that show was just a hero factory.
The dumbest thing ever. Yeah. I mean, there was an arc of things we'd never get anymore where it was like they were on The Surreal Life, then they were on Strange Love, and then he was on Flavor of Love because she had broken his heart. Think about that.
When historians talk about the great romances of the 21st century, they can't not include Flavor Flav and Brigitte Nielsen. They simply can't. Now, speaking of old, insane people, I bring you Tom Girardi, the ex-husband of Ms. Erica Jane, who at the age of 86 is reporting to prison for 7 years for all these frauds that he committed. And he looks all of 86 and not a good 86. This is a Cher's 86. This is like a Harvey Weinstein 86. He looks like absolute garbage. I know that he ruined countless lives with his scheming, but it's still weird. I don't know if Erica Jane has said anything about it.
No, I disagree.
You know?
I disagree. You did the crime. It's time to do the time. Sorry.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't actually have any sympathy for him at all.
You know what I feel worse for, if I'm being honest? I feel worse for the state because it's like, you know, your family should be taking care of you, like when you're this old. And instead, there's going to have to be like 4 people working full time to make sure this motherfucker just stays alive when his family should be doing it. But you're right. He's got to be in there. And we got
you were this hotshot lawyer and you did it on the backs of people that had tragic and horrible things happen to them and they never got the money that you secured for them. So rot, bitch, actually. Death, as to quote Wendy. Yeah.
I love that you just brought her up because our next story is that Wendy herself did turn 61 years old this week. Mm-hmm. She was seen around Manhattan. She does get around in that scooter, but she was as Wendy as I've ever seen her, in a great bubbly mood. Here's my only question. This is why people are making comments saying that it's like misogyny, but this is pop culture. It is very visual. And I have to say, no one in her camp can fix her wig before she leaves the house. Not one person. I'm able to see beyond Wendy's physical appearance because I am a fan and I know what she means to the culture. I just think as far as the optics of, is she okay? Can she do this again? Does she need help? I think she keeps saying she wants to get out of the guardianship. I feel like she needs to be put together better. I'm sorry. I think her case will be helped if someone in her camp fixes her hair, fixes her makeup before she leaves the house so she doesn't look Dominic, crazy. I know how horrible it sounds, and save your comments. I know, but they really don't. You're fucking right. They don't. They don't. Want
that's
her
the
to
point.
Look fucking nuts.
No, you're right, but they are all working because they all get paid more if she isn't in control of her money, period. I'll never, from that one video that they had where it was like, she looked so fucking crazy. And I was like, how is someone with this camera getting this close to her? And she's not saying, why are you recording me? Like, it's an inside job, period. And they want to keep her looking like this because then they get the payday of it all. You are right. Because she looked, there was even some of the photos, I'm like, we're getting into like Michael Jackson territory of like her bleaching the skin. There was like a white face thing going on that I was like seeing in the photos. And I was like, what's happening here? Like, what in the white chicks is happening here? And, but again, it looks better that she looks not herself.
Right.
And 2, she's probably having to do the makeup herself, or like someone that's not her old makeup artist is doing it from Wendy. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of problems with this. And you know what? You know, my other thing? On her birthday, I saw all these producers posting videos of like, or pictures of them with her working on the show and like all this stuff. So all these producers that we like know, it's weird to me. A little strange that there's no contact with any of them, that they're not in any pictures with her. Like, you know, some of the old producers that we would see on camera, why are they not hanging out with her on her birthday?
I'm friends on Insta with members of her old glam squad, and they're always very supportive. Like they'll repost, but they're obviously not in her employ. And I cannot imagine they look at these photos and they're just thinking, Wendy, the old Wendy would never have gone out of the house looking like that. She simply would
there's
not
something very afoot with all of them because they're very public.
We'll find out one day.
Why? I wonder if they're not contractually allowed to talk to her because they're still working on the Sherry show. Like there's some drama there and it's weird. And none of them have ever come forward to be like justice for Wendy and like any of that. And there's nefarious things happening and I really don't like it. And that's all I'll say.
Unsurprisingly, Ellen DeGeneres, I have absolutely no segue from Wendy in a guardianship to lesbians in the UK. I don't know where to go with this. Ellen has confirmed that her permanent move to the UK was motivated by the Trump administration, that they bought a place there last year that was just going to be sort of occasional or vacation. But then after the election, they were like, everything is just better here. Just fuck it. So again, we are waiting with bated breath. Who will be the next lesbian to leave the United States because of Donald Trump? Will it be? This is going to be a rocket launch. I feel it.
It is. To sing a song by JoJo Levesque herself. It's just a little too late, a little too wrong, and I can't wait. Like, it's a little too late for you to be doing this now that Rosie is like in a war with him on the internet every single day. A little too late. Ellen. What a surprise. That's all.
They need to do a comedy show together. They just
your
need
pitch
to do
is correct. I know. Your pitch would be great.
I would even take an OnlyFans just to see the two of them in the room
literally.
Together. I wouldn't enjoy it, but I will subscribe to it.
A Twitch
to keep them
scream.
going.
A Twitch scream. You know what I mean? A scream. I'd be screaming. You know what I mean? Anything. An Instagram live for real, you know? Anyway.
Charlie XCX, of whom we are fans on this podcast, has gotten married. Mazel. I didn't know that she was engaged. Is it someone from the 1975? Is that the band?
Sure. I don't even know. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, that sounds right. She
looked lovely. Having recently become a fan of Charlie and recently attended the Brat tour, she didn't seem like the marrying type to me, if I may be so bold, but good on ya. This was 90 minutes of writhing was what I saw. Her husband's a very lucky man in many ways. She's incredibly talented, but we love her. So good for you.
Hot take, but the whole Brat era of her is I don't find it to be her most fun.
Really?
Music. She has such good albums that are so great and cool and introspective and stuff. And not that this one wasn't, but like, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of Brat. And from having like all of her music drilled into my head because Hassan's like her biggest fan in the world. The whole like, let's party and do coke all the time. Like, she's not really doing that. I don't think.
She's like pulling an Ariana. Where it's like, oh, I'm dangerous woman in public, but guess what? I'm Galinda at home, honeys. I'm Galinda at home.
And maybe she is, who knows? But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, you don't have to do this, you know? Anyway.
All right, let's talk some quick couples news before we get on to fix Nikki Blonsky today. Sia and Harry Josie? Who's Harry Josie? Why am I? Many people sent me this.
Dominick. Don't learn who he is. I don't even want to tell you who he is because it's no one. He does dating shows on Netflix. And that's it.
Got it. Okay. Well, she's 49 and he's 28. So they're 21 years apart. And to that I say, amateurs. Let's move on to another couple.
Hold my beer.
Zoe Kravitz. Yeah, seriously, hold my Casamigos and water on the rocks, please. Zoe Kravitz and Austin Butler. It is rumored that they are a couple. They'd be beautiful. I mean, 2 feet apart in height, but I think I'm feeling it.
But also, I just, her with that, I mean, she's just so great. Everything about her. She is.
Well, she'd lost a little bit of weight recently. I'm not sure for what, but like, the old people are concerned because she's so thin moment. But
she's always thin.
I didn't put that on the list because she's always thin.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Yeah.
These two are not a couple for obvious reasons, but Billie Eilish and James Cameron have announced they are doing a 3D collaboration in Manchester. I guess he's going to be shooting her 4-night run in Manchester, and there will be a new concert film. You know, having James Cameron direct your concert film, I won't say it's not intriguing.
No, it does. Now that I'm hearing what it actually is, I'm like, but he's going to do some fucking ridiculous. The Na'vi are going to be like up there with her dancing. Are they not? Right?
Like, or the stage will split in half like the Titanic. And what will it be? Also, how fucking long is it going to take? He's like the slowest mofo in Hollywood. She's going to be 50 years old by the time this comes out.
For real, we're going to be all dead by the time that it happens. Like, truly. It's going to be like, truly, when the Na'vi, like, remember when they have like the braid that they like, does that tether bond to those animals that they fly on? That's like what's going to be happening on the stage.
Yes. Finally today, because we haven't had any Royals news, 11 of the 12 gardeners that King Charles employs at Highgrove handed in their resignations after growing increasingly frustrated with the monarch's demands. To this, I have this to say to the royal family. There's a member of your family that runs a rather productive garden in Montecito, California. Yeah. She is the Duchess of both Sussex and Smuckers, and is probably going to work harder than all 11 of those gardeners combined and bring Mindy Kaling with her. Please call Meghan Markle right away. She can be reached at asever.ripoff. That's as ever. Where are the bottles of wine, Christopher? Where have you ordered
Dominic,
the rosé?
It's funny you ask because as this is airing, in theory, they're being delivered to my home on Wednesday.
Oh.
So I have a tracking number and it's on the move.
No.
I'm going to have a bottle of wine by the pool and the Airbnb this weekend is what I'm going to tell you.
Wow.
I'll save one obviously for me and you to do it together.
That's the way she wanted it. That's the way she wanted it. Folks, you still have time to buy Klissner hats. Please go find us on Instagram, follow the link tree, go to the page. They are selling like hotcakes. They're selling like hot caps.
Hot caps. And if you have one and you are starting to wear it, please post and tag us so we can repost because Dame Erin Bagwell's under the moon gate in the garden wearing her Klissner cap. I'd love to see more. Would love to see more.
Rose, one of our number one Klissners, Rose, who I ran into here in Provincetown.
Yes.
Now on the webs wearing her Klissner cap. Yeah, well, we'd love to post your pictures.
We'd love to see it. So please post.
And don't forget to go on the internet and wish Christopher a happy birthday when you see him or just drop him a note online. Please inundate his Instagram stories because we all know that's what you do on your birthday. You count those dashes on the stories and you know what your value is in life. So fucking send him an Instagram story, goddamn you.
Like truly, it's like so bleak but sad but true. It's so horrible.
Why are there only 12 dashes here? I know 14 people.
Yeah.
Christopher, happy birthday. We love you.
Thank you, Dominic.
Please listen to the Patreon and please enjoy listening to us fix Nikki Blonsky after these vital messages.
You know and love him from not only his show at Joe's Pub that I just saw that was incredible called White Savior, but also his podcast, Pioneers and Trailblazers. It's Peru Flores. Thank you for being with us.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God.
Yes, we still applaud people on microphone horribly. Yes.
A seated off-camera ovation on this podcast is the highest form of praise that you will.
I'll take it. I'm used to people just throwing tomatoes at my face.
Okay, well, guess when I didn't want to throw a tomato at your face was at Joe's Pub whenever on June 1st, by the way, happy Pride, immediately opened up Pride Month with your show about yourself called White Savior. It was so fucking good, funny, salacious, sexual. Like there was nudity. Like it was so good. And I truly was like, okay, what will this be? Let's find out. And I would come back again just to watch the same show. You did such a good job. I'm serious. And I'm not just buttering you up. I would be like, here's your show. That's it. But it was truly so good. And it was so funny.
Thank you. And honestly, sometimes when it comes to doing like a solo show, you go through like the stages of feeling a little bit self-conscious about it because you're like, why would anyone want to know anything about my life at all? Like, what makes me so important? And then I think to myself, and I'm like, wait, like, actually, I am kind of cool. Like, actually, I think a lot. Actually, wait. And like, it's like the beginning of Pride Month, but I'm also like queer, brown, immigrant. All the things are basically like under attack currently. So it felt topical to talk about myself for once, not just like out of pure narcissism. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. And to be fair, like you have all these videos of like yourself as a young kid, like on like a handy cam, like being in school, and like you talk about who you are at this time, and then we actually see it on camera on these videos behind you, and it was great. That's all.
Oh, so sweet. Oh my God. I don't know if you ever revisit your like teenage videos or whatever, or child, like revisiting that. It's like, I was unbearable then. Like, I wonder how I got this way. And I'm like, no, I've always been this person. It's wild.
I said this before recently, but my parents just moved. And so there was this like drawer full of like all my old like cameras and like my dad's handy cam and like all like Hassan, my boyfriend, is carrying around like a Sony Cybershot from like 2007 right now. And is like taking pictures of everything. And like on that same,
right now,
on that same memory card is like my homecoming pictures when I was like 17 years old. And so he found the handy cam, and I've been looking, me and my friends did like a mock version of The Real World when The Real World was still like the biggest reality show on television. And I would just take my parents' handy cam and like be like, okay, ready, go. And like push record, and they would just do whatever we said we were going to do. And then I would like stop it. And so instead of like editing it together, I just was like hitting record and then hitting stop. And like he found it on the handy cam, and I've been looking for it for years. And when I tell you, it's literally us at the beginning being like, this is the story of 7 strangers, like next person, pick to live in a house, like work together and have their lives. Like we did the whole thing. I had a confessional. I had all this stuff. And the people are like, when did you know you wanted to be a reality television producer? And I'm like, well, I don't really know, but like I did. Like I was like that, but that was just like fantasy and fun and stupid. And so to have that exist and be like, oh no, this is me doing my real job that I do every day right now. Like, on a DV tape that I need to somehow go somewhere and get it digitized is fucking crazy. Oh God. Okay.
Well, here we are. We are here to fix Nikki Blonsky today. So Peru, did you pick Nikki on your own, or did you select her from our list?
I picked her from the list, but it was the one that popped out. Like, I think my response was literally like 2 words, Nikki Blonsky. Because the narrative is like what dreams are made of, basically. And then what happens? Like, what is going on? I'm so perplexed by Miss Nikki. We need to dive in.
Her story is really, we're going to get into it, but like the twists and turns that she has taken in her career some of them are unconventional and weird. Some of them are weird.
You can say that again.
So at this point, what we do is at the beginning of our broadcast, we play the middle name game where I ask our guests and Christopher what they think the middle name of the person is who we're fixing. There is no prize, just bragging rights. Before we begin, do either of you already know Nikki Blonsky's middle name?
I do not.
Great. I will say I had to research it. It is not readily available. I had to get some other sources to corroborate. Nicole Blonsky. Those are her given first and last names. She was born November 9th, 1988. She's a Scorpio and she is 36 years of age. She was born in Great Neck, Long Island, New York. What is Nikki Blonsky's middle name?
I'm going to go look at Long Island, Nicole. Is it like Marie?
Great guess. I think it's Marie. I actually think you got it. Charlotte came to me. Once I heard Long Island, I know that's wrong, but Charlotte is my guess. It's Marie. I know it's Marie.
You're so close. You're just, when you formed the M with your mouth, but I knew no one was going to get it because it doesn't make sense to me. It's Margaret. Nicole Margaret Blonsky.
Okay, so close, Peru. So close.
Oh,
close. I almost feel like you need a half win just for getting that close.
No,
so
thank you.
I don't know where we keep a record of these. I actually do know where we keep them, which is nowhere. But in the cloud somewhere, it will now register you having a half point for Marie.
Oh, I'm recording this portion for myself.
Do not record over you and Miguel. That's my only. Where are you recording it? I don't record over it.
I know. Also, RIP to that footage. Like, if you could only go back and see it now. I mean, it is technically child pornography, but if you know what I mean, like, but
right.
I was thinking that when you said technically sex tape, I was like, they were 13. Yeah,
it is technically child abuse, sex material. But
listen, if the producer at hand is also 13, I think it's
true. Where is Miguel now, by the way?
I have no idea where Miguel is. There's this whole, and the extended version of this show, I do, because I lost my virginity famously to Miguel and Christian, 2 boys. That was my first time losing my virginity. I would always hold Miguel
together.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't know. It wasn't even like planned either. It was
incredible.
Like,
no, but like legend.
Yeah, Nikki Blonsky only wishes.
Yeah.
Not.
Wait, I actually have so many questions about Christian. We might have to do it off mic, but I'm like, where is Christian? Do you talk to him? Does he have an Instagram? Like, what's happening? Like, there's a rivalry that you would appreciate. The next time Peru does this, Dominick and I are coming and we're sitting in the front row because Dominick, you will be like, oh my God, this is me. Like there's a rivalry between Peru and then the other gay guy at his school that they're in love, but then also hate each other. It's incredible.
The other gays in the village. Yes, exactly. So Nikki Blonsky famously was, if we may colloquially use the term, a nobody. She was a 17-year-old girl with no real theater experience. She auditioned for Hairspray along with reportedly 7,000 other girls across the world. This audition process went on for close to a year. And then in at least for the time, rather sweet, famous video, she was at her job at 17 years of age in New Jersey at a Cold Stone Creamery
where they used to sing. I mean, do they still do this? Where you walk in the door and they're like, welcome to Cold Stone. And then every like 15 minutes, they have their little like scoops and they would like clang on the cold stone and like sing a song. Do we remember this?
Yeah. Aren't they still around? Is Cold Stone still a thing?
I think so, but like I haven't seen one in so long, so I don't know. But do they still sing?
I went there one time and then I was like, if I have to wait more than 5 minutes for a scoop of ice cream, you get one visit from me. Yeah. I love the idea, Cold Stone, but still all these years later, you're flattening it out, you're hammering it. Just put it on a goddamn cone and let me go on my way. I'm not here. This isn't a museum. It's an ice cream shop.
Too long stone.
Long Stone Creamery.
Long Stone Creamery. That's a Photoshop waiting to happen, by the way. Okay.
So she's on a laptop and she's at the Cold Stone Creamery and she finds out, screams. It was a great moment, kind of a precursor to AOC finding out she won she won her seat.
Jesus
that
Christ.
day in Queens. It was that energy where she's like, are you fucking kidding me? And then started singing and it was great. She made Hairspray. We found out John Travolta was in it. We took a step back and said, I know everything can't be perfect. God, we'll go see it anyway. And then she was the girl of the moment. And she was in Hairspray, which was pretty much a critical and box office success. Got nominated for a couple of Globes, made back its investment, gave us a reason to look at Michelle Pfeiffer, who, I will stand by this, is the only person in the movie who was not miscast, except for Amanda Bynes. But the movie is okay. But Nikki Blonsky was a star. She was handed stardom.
Well, and that's where we start with the problems, is that she was a nobody and it was engineered. Like, the whole point of it was that they were going to be like, let's pluck this nobody out of obscurity and like make her a star for this movie.
Sure.
Right? That was the point of this, like hence like filming her at Cold Stone, like the reveal of her becoming the thing. It was this very like Oprah-esque moment of like,
right,
you're a little lady, you're gonna be
purpose.
A star.
Well, just like when they put Ricky in the original role, and for all intents and purposes, Marissa Jarrett Winokur in the musical. Like Marissa had a couple of credits to her name. No one really knew who she was, and certainly no one knew who Ricky was before she was Tracy. So they were also they were basically keeping with tradition with the role to have it be an unknown person whose electricity was going to bleed over to the rest of the cast. And it worked.
It worked. It's also fair to say that she did a fantastic job. You know, she really matched pretty well with, and I mean, to be paired with Zac Efron, who at that point was also like the heartthrob of, you know, for the people, like to like match that energy. And like, so I feel like there is a lot of elements there that could have gone either way with picking somebody with no experience. And I think she really met up the expectation. So,
well, and like Zac Efron at the time, it was like a time for him to be like, oh, I can do more things than just High School Musical. And I can be real. Like, I'm a real singer and he has a lot of songs in it. And like, he like looked adult and it was like, he was like hot. And I was like, oh, I'm like, he's like old enough now for me to like have a crush on him. And I'm not like a pedophile. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, he's not like this little kid. Like he was playing like, I don't know. It just like, it was a moment for him too, to be like, oh, I'm actually going to be a real star outside of like
wait,
this
Dominic,
Disney Channel.
You were saying she was 17 when she got cast? She was,
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, something like that. She was 17 or 18
she was a little
when she
older.
got cast. Well, she's born in 88 and the movie came out in 2007.
Well, I hate the math. No,
that makes sense.
Well, let me do it for you. I'm right. No.
She was like 19. She was like 19. She was probably 18 or 19. I was 17 because I was 17 in 2007 and I'm 90.
So the movie, she was 19 when the movie came out. So she was 17 when she got cast.
Okay, got it.
Okay, got it.
Anyway,
right,
but like barely. Well, no, but they wanted her to be a legal adult, so they wouldn't have to do child stuff. Like they wouldn't have to like give her like schooling, right? Probably.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, there was the other little girl who was in it. One of the dancing girlies, Seaweed's sister.
Wait, you know who was in it?
Wait, whatever happened to Seaweed's sister on fucking Hairspray? Let's talk about her. Where is she now? She was so charming and such a great dancer.
Wait, truly? Little Inez.
Little Inez. Where is little? She probably has a Tony, and we're not even talking about her. We're like,
her name was Taylor Parks.
Taylor Parks.
She now goes by Tayla Parks, TAYLAPARX. She's around.
Is she at the Cold Stone Creamery?
She's in Love, Simon. She does the soundtrack. She sings on a lot of things.
Oh, so she's like
in the
singer,
soundtrack
musician.
She's in that Juliet and Romeo movie that's coming out.
We'll see. We got to get Nikki to sing, drop an album.
She's in the Positions. She's in the Thank You Next and Positions Ariana Grande music video and Seven Rings. So she's probably dancing for Ariana Grande.
She a dancer. She's
a
singer.
sim. Biggest note of hers. She's a sim voice in The Sims 4. Huge for me.
That's big for you, for sure.
I love The Sims. Huge. No, but and then what is her name? Not Brittany Murphy, R.I.P. Brittany Snow.
Brittany Snow.
What's her name's daughter? Like, it's star-studded.
It was a Hollywood event. It was like billboards upon billboards. I'm sure they had a Times Square billboard. Nikki Blonsky's face was everywhere.
When they put on all over wherever they could. I mean, not at the time, like social media, LOL, but like the internet was like, Nikki Blonsky's first thing, like she was on like every talk show being like, can you believe you're like Tracy Turnblad? And she's like, no, like, you know, it was like a big thing that she was going to be a celebrity now. And that's again where I think the problems start is that it's like she in no way has the longevity to be a celebrity. And that's why this is where we are. But continue.
Yes, let's continue.
Because she's in Hairspray. It's a humongous success, right? What?
Yes, she's in Hairspray. It's a humongous success. And then she sort of gets caught in this sort of plus size hamster wheel when it comes to casting, which is certainly not uncommon for any and all plus size actresses and actors. It's very hard to break out of. After Hairspray, her next big thing after that, a few years later, was to star in an ABC family series called Huge. And this came out 3 years after Hairspray. And it was about her being a teenager who was overweight and just sort of, living her life as being overweight. And I was watching an interview with her this morning talking about seeing herself in a bathing suit on a billboard in Times Square and how gratifying it was for her because that's what she wanted for the role, to inspire people. And then she did a couple of other roles, which were, what is the name of the movie that she was in where she was jokingly nominated for Homecoming Queen and then campaigned for it and won. I know I'm not
queen-sized.
Or is it like Big Like Me or something like that? I mean, these are all atrociously fat-phobic titles.
Yes, no, they're horrible. It's horrible. But no, it is 100% queen-sized is what it's called. It's the first thing she does after Hairspray.
I thought that the title of it was atrociously fat. I thought Peru was reading off of Wikipedia. I'm Nikki Blonsky, and this is atrociously fat.
Which if the narrative were to be like now, naming something atrociously fat would be kind of a serve.
No, we would all be like there in the front row.
Like,
yeah,
17-minute standing ovation at con. It would just be like,
no, but it is correct. It's like Hairspray queen size. Then she's on Ugly Betty for an episode, which like doesn't help. Then she's on Huge, and then in something called Waiting for Forever, which like waiting for forever to find love, like probably.
I think Waiting for Forever was about waiting for your order at Cold Stone Creamery. Actually, is what I think it was full circle. But then a strange thing happened. So she's like white hot when Hairspray comes out. She gets nominated for a Golden Globe. Like she's a name. Everyone knows who she is for like a solid 2 years. Like even my parents would know who Nikki Blonsky is, and they don't pay attention to celebrity shit. And then in 2011, she's back on Long Island and she just gets her cosmetology license. She knew sort of instinctively around the age of 23, 24 that like, it doesn't matter if you have one big hit. These jobs don't just fall into your lap. So she became a part-time makeup and hair artist on Long Island, because the truth is after this glut of plus size roles, it's pretty quiet, except for two notable things that will happen in her trajectory. Chris, would you like to kick off the first one? Because I know you're a fan of physical violence caught on tape.
Well, I just like to say before we get there, yes, I will get there. 100% already have the people.com article pulled up and ready. But I feel like the sad part is that like, and I will liken her a little bit and not, I feel like this other person is like exponentially a better actor than her, and like not to slam Nikki, but like is just like has a better career. But like similar to Gabourey Sidibe was like, we need this person. They don't exist. We've written this role. You know, this book Push has come out and everyone's obsessed with it and we need to make a movie of it. Let's go. Gabourey Sidibe should be on the list. She would be she needs fixing. And I want a lot.
But I think she's thriving.
But like, is she getting work? I want to see her on my screen. She's a great actor.
I remember years ago when Precious came out and Howard Stern was talking about the movie, and everyone was raving about it. And he was very stern about saying like, she's not going to work again. Like there's not a role for people like this. You all think I'm being mean. And really, until Empire, we really didn't see. I mean, She was on The Big C with Laura Linney, but again, it was, I don't want to say it was a throwaway role. It wasn't the lead, and it wasn't, her role on Empire was also very supporting.
When she also, she carried a movie where like she was nominated for an Oscar, and Oprah Winfrey like was the one that like, I remember watching Oprah Winfrey being like, Gabby Sidibe, like, here you are. You know what I mean? Like she was on the introduced like her as like the nominee. It's like that. You don't go, that's the top.
You
want
to talk about being thrust into fame. I mean, that's like what Monique said when she accepted her Oscar. She's like, Oprah, you put your name, you blessed it so people saw it. And that was it. So like once, I mean, ask James Fry about that, what it's like being put in her fucking spotlight. It's good it's good and bad. But the same thing sort of happened to Nikki Blonsky for sure.
Right. And I think that the common thread here too is that like, I mean, not for nothing, but it had Gabourey Sidibe or vis-a-vis like Nikki Blonsky. If they were like also creators, if they were like also like, the thing that we struggle here as like as queer brown immigrants, like not everything's being made for us, so we have to make our own work, which is the whole narrative of the things that I'm kind of doing right now. Like if Nikki Blonsky were a writer and a producer and like were to like put forth stuff that she's putting herself in, like as the lead, or if Gabourey Sidibe were to like write a treatment or a show or a movie that puts her, because no one else is doing it, so but it seems like, these girlies don't want to create. They just want roles to appear for themselves like they do for every other white person.
But again, they don't. No, you are 100% correct. But like, again, like they aren't doing that. They're not like cutting their teeth like at some little theater somewhere. They're like plucked out of obscurity and been like, you're going to be a superstar. And then whenever that like fades, they don't have like the creative background to like fall back on. to be like,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
it's not, and that's not a negative on them. It's just like simply the facts. It's like,
yeah, because they're like, so Nikki Blonsky is like, here, your base start is being a mega superstar in a major Hollywood film.
Opposite John Travolta.
So to have to like level up or sustain that, I mean, no wonder she was like, hope. I think the easier thing to do is to go to cosmetology school.
100%.
And there's no way to prepare for that either. I mean, there's not, it's not, no one's at fault with what happens after that. Well,
the hardest school.
That I think you should rethink. Cosmetology school, you should rethink. You can learn all that stuff on YouTube. But when it comes to starring in Hairspray,
oh, I went to cosmetology school for 2 weeks during the pandemic, okay? I have a PhD. I have a PhD on cosmetology school from the School of YouTube. Thank you very much.
Is the G for glamour? Is that it? A PH glamour? Is that what you're saying?
Beauty school dropout. Why don't you have a bit about that?
Frenchie is a great role for Nikki Blonsky. She would be a great Frenchie.
She would be.
Yeah.
But to wrap up the Gabby Sidibe of it all, like they pluck these people out of obscurity. They don't have like any of the background. Again, not to their fault. Again, you're like, why aren't they creating stuff? It's like, because they don't do that. Like they got picked to be like an Oscar award nominee for 1 second. And then they're like, all right, like it really does show you like these people that then like become these overnight successes. It's like, there's really probably 10 years of them fighting so hard to like hone their craft and like make relationships in the industry. And then like when you take someone from a Cold Stone creamery, and I remember Gabby Sidibe saying like, they filmed me like getting my first check for Precious and being like, isn't this great that you have money now? And she's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like shit like that where they like are almost capitalizing off of the like, can you even believe that you're a movie star now? And they're like, what? Like, it's really, it sets them up for failure in every single way.
Right. Because there's no way to actually know in that moment, like, oh, you only give a fuck about me for these 5 minutes. And once the movie is done, there's no Precious 2. They don't have another role waiting for you. You just gotta, you gotta do it. No, there's no Hairspray 2. No, there's not. You gotta just do it. And, you know, but no one's going to say no to this. You know, this is just the way the system works. Like if you're offered this huge opportunity, you're not going to think to yourself, well, what if I crash and burn after these 2 years of white hot fame? No one's going to say that. They're just going to be like, let me suck this dick right now. And then when it's done, I don't know. I'll try to find another one.
Go to cosmetology school. I mean,
that's it.
Girls got to get paid, you know?
I'm surprised she did it so early was what I was shocked when I was researching her that this like that movie came out, Hairspray came out in 2007. Cosmetology school was in like 2011. So she wasn't even playing around. She was not even 25 yet. And she was like, yeah, let's do this.
But think of it in money wise. Like, I don't know what her contract was for Hairspray. You know, like, I'm sure she definitely did not get paid nearly enough, but she should have gotten paid. Let's just say that.
I'm sure she got paid like $5,000. Like, you know what I mean? Like, truly nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, so they gave her a Cold Stone gift card to the one who worked at. They gave her like a lifetime supply of Cold Stone. So 2008 movie comes out, sure. 2009, so 4 years. Like, let's say that ABC Family Show paid her, I don't know, it was like what?
It was a TV movie.
It was a TV movie.
So then you look at this 40 grand there, maybe like $100K from Hairspray. Then whatever.
That's it. That's exactly what she got for Hairspray, by the way. She got paid $100,000.
So then it's like if you
not a lot of money.
No.
In total, if you get $200,000 in the span of 4 years, that's like $50,000 a year.
Yeah, that's like
the medium of what a fucking person. So like, I guess in that sense, it's like girly pop. Because I was thinking, like, what did she do with all that money? But then when you think about it, it's like, no, she lived. She paid her rent.
Just like, paid her bills. Yeah.
Yeah.
She like truly just ate food. Yeah. Like not ate, like she just ate food. Yeah. Like she just like fed herself.
Yeah, she ain't eating right now.
No, okay. No, you are so right. And she 100% got paid $100,000. So she should have been paid 7 times that amount of money to be the star of a humongous blockbuster movie. But of course, they probably paid Michelle Pfeiffer and John Travolta like $5 million each to be in the movie. If not more.
Course,
you know,
of course. So nowadays, like Rachel Zegler, for example, who like, by all means, if you compare Rachel Zegler and freaking Nikki Blonsky, Rachel Zegler, beautiful, skinny Latina, gets a leading role on Steven Spielberg's freaking West Side Story, now a bona fide movie star. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, she's bound to win a Tony for Evita. She did freaking like Snow White. She did freaking Romeo and Juliet on Broadway. Like, there's much more space for someone like Rachel Zegler. And I'm
Who's
sure
like,
she's getting her coin.
Drop dead gorgeous and talented, but also skinny. No one's casting Nikki Blonsky and Evita. I'm sorry to tell you.
No, and I don't know, like, if
but
Rachel
that would
Zegler,
be kind of
example,
inspired, actually. That would be kind of great, putting her up on that balcony.
Oh my God.
That would be that'd be great.
It honestly would. Apparently, Rachel Zegler wears just like bra and panty. Like someone, a listener DM'd me and was like, P.S. She does sing Don't Cry For Me Argentina on the balcony outside. And you do watch it on the screen. Have you seen the video? Yes.
Yeah.
And then she's just apparently in like a bra and panties the whole time. I'm like, who is she? Nicole Scherzinger? Pussycat Boulevard in that black slip that she's in the whole time?
Pussycat Boulevard, I'm dead.
Dominick called it that years ago when he saw it in London. Years ago. Wait, Dominick, did you see the video I sent you at 2:00 in the morning last night?
I saw it Sunday night. Yeah, it's all anyone was talking about on the internet Sunday night was Broadway Bears.
I'll kill her. I'll literally kill her. But anyway, okay.
Oh my God. It was utterly... I've not seen a redemption like this in my lifetime. She literally gets the Tony, and a week later, she's like, I am still a whore. Watch this.
Yeah.
Brings her Tony on stage and shakes her. It was like she was playing a role to get the awards, and once she got them, she's like, now back to business, and started shaking it. Yeah.
She campaigned for it, just like Ariana is acting like she's back to be white now. Like, you know, the whole Wicked press tour. I'm like, okay, like, you know, she was black for a second. Now she's white. She's probably going to release a full Spanish album next, and then 100%. Just go full on Latina.
It works.
Yeah,
it worked for Nicole. She should open a school. She literally buying a MAGA hat from Russell Brand. She almost lost that Tony and then resurged, honey. This is like she needs a vacation. Back. She has got to be the most exhausted diva in all of Hollywood at this point.
My favorite thing on the internet is truly when people put up like it's videos and they title them Black Iana Core, and it's Ariana Grande basically in blackface, like talking like a black person, and it's horrifying, but the best thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Anyway.
Listen,
not anymore. She's a white robot.
No, she's so
from
white.
Small Wonder
she's
at this point.
Yeah, she's too white. She's in that. What is the one with Darren Criss? What is it called?
Too white.
Yeah, she's like, she's a robot now. Anyway, so then Nikki Blonsky.
Chris, bring us to Turks and Caicos.
No roles, no nothing. She's at the, what is it? How do I pronounce it? The Providenciales International Airport, which I have been at. When in season 7 of Real Housewives of New York, we went to Turks and Caicos. Never forget when Luann said, be cool, don't be all like uncool.
Uncool.
It was at the airport?
But I was at that airport to go to Turks and Caicos with them to like basically, go to that. No, just never forget that I was there with Luann, Sonia, Ramona, Bethany, Carol, all them. Then her family and the family of someone that was on America's Next Top Model named Bianca that I can't think of right away.
Bianca Golden. I had to look her up. I'll be honest.
They get into an actual real fist fight.
Over saved seating in the airport lounge. Yes. A fist fight. Like her father was charged. They were all charged, but the dad was charged with like assault. And then Bianca and her family were accusing them of racism. Like saying it was a racially motivated attack, which, given Nikki's now legacy as Tracy Turnblad in a project that is anti-racism, is not. Why is that stupid? No, she's literally like a poster child for anti-racism, and she's being accused of racism.
I'm laughing at you. I didn't even think of that. I'm laughing at it.
And it was just like a major deal and wounded her. And in her public statement, she was like, I've never been so offended in my whole, nothing about me is racist. Nothing about this is racist. As if to say, we're all just trash fighting over an airport seat. I don't know what Bianca Golden looks like. I'm assuming she's black. If she said that there are accusations of racism, didn't research it that deeply. I remember this at the time too, and thinking that I didn't believe it just on its surface. And I don't want to be cavalier about accusations of racism, but I just thought to myself, I don't know that Nikki Blonsky's got it in her. But we saw there were little videos of it too, of them screaming at each other in the airport, were there not?
Yes. Oh yeah. No, all over the internet. And I mean, regardless of what the motivation is, got in a physical fight in an airport, which like I've never done. You know what I mean? Like it is just simply not great to have that be on your record or on people.com. Yeah.
No, ever. It's unfortunately because she was so like at a dearth of roles at the time, this has become a thing that she's known for. Like, there will never be a retrospective about Nikki Blonsky without this incident because of who she was and then who she wasn't and then who she became again. Like, I remember the tone at the time was like, oh, remember when we were all praising her 5 years ago and then she disappeared? Well, now she's fighting in the Caribbean. Like, as though this was like the low of her. This was like her being on drugs and eventually going to rehab when it was probably just her dad has a big mouth and yelled at someone for taking a seat in the airport. And now this is attached to her.
Well,
forever.
To be fair, Bianca's mother was airlifted to a hospital from the airport. This wasn't like, oh, we like someone punched someone. They like got in a full Nikki Blonsky, Carl, who is her father, and Bianca all face assault charges related to the fight is like what it says in this article that was posted on October 9th, 2008.
Oh my God.
Like this wasn't just like, oh, someone got in a fight and it's like a video on YouTube that you would see of like a Karen flipping out and like hitting someone's phone away. They like got into a humongous physical altercation.
This is right after Hairspray?
Oh my God, you're right. Aren't you? Oh my God.
This
yeah,
happened
you're right.
before.
It's literally like, yes.
Before Super Size Me or whatever, before a homecoming.
Queen size and huge. You're mixing up your fat-phobic titles.
Obese.
What was it? Atrociously fat? And what was it? Wait, you're right. So literally as Hairspray's like coming out, she's like, oh, do you want to remember why you shouldn't like pluck people out of obscurity to be a celebrity? Here's why. Because me and my white trash piece of shit Long Island family just beat the shit out of an elderly woman at an airport.
Oh my God. What a conundrum.
I mean, that's insane. Insane.
Crazy.
So then I get why no one wants to touch her other than Super Size Me and huge and queen sized. Want to like have her on a TV movie because of course they're like, well, what are we going to do? Have her fucking dad like beat the shit out of someone on a red carpet whenever she is at a movie premiere? No, we can't have that, which is completely fair in my opinion.
Fair.
Then the next time we really see her is when she's popping up like on cameos. She's on Cameo and people are like, my snake had babies was one of them that was all over the internet where she's like laying in her bed. She truly looks like she's about to die. Like she looks horrifically bad. Like no makeup. Her hair's pulled up in a bun. Like she did not get ready for this. She's laying in her bed and is like, your snake had babies. Yay. And it's like the funniest. It's so fucked up. Like what people do to people on Cameo and be like, and she does not care. And it's all over the internet. And it's just like, oh my God, another version of like, oh my God, like Nikki Blonsky from Hairspray, like this is what she's doing now. And she looks horrible and is talking about snakes having like, a snake laying eggs and she's getting money for it. And so.
Yeah, this is sort of a 2025 moment for her because her cameos have started going viral and she apparently is no longer able to keep up with them. She gets 200 requests a day to do these. And she's had to like per cameo, she's had to raise her price for the videos because of this. And she's been getting backlash for it and keeps telling people Cameo is telling me to do this. It's beyond my control. Like once you become popular enough, I guess they make you raise the price because they want you to make more money. So she's been like, just recording like an endless amount of these videos. She never has glam. She is doing these on occasion, not just from bed,
but from
glam. She never has glam.
She never has glam.
She's doing these
school, by the way.
Cosmetology school did not pay off.
I guess she went less than 2 weeks, probably. I guess she didn't even finish the year. She's doing some of these from the toilet. Literally, she's sitting on her toilet doing these cameos and pretending to shit herself. Like sometimes during the cameo, she'll be like, and it's like,
is that real? Are you joking?
I'm not joking. It's like actually funny, to be honest with you. Like she's doing it to be funny, but she's just become this cameo queen and is now trying to ride it. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but she's working on a memoir. She's in the midst of getting a divorce. She married her girlfriend in 2023 and now they're already getting a divorce. And I guess she has a cabaret show now. I realize I'm ticking off all the possible fixes.
Yeah, this
she's
is
trying to throw anything at the wall and see what sticks.
This is every pitch that we'd stop doing because we've pitched it so many times. Write a memoir, do a cabaret show about your life, get divorced. Like,
so
basically
she's doing all those
on Cameo.
Yeah, she's doing them all at once.
The title of the memoir has to be atrociously bad.
I hope so. I hope she hears this.
I would pay her like $1,000 for a copy of it.
Clipping this for socials.
I mean, I'm not going to lie though. I bet she's making way more money than she made on Hairspray on those fucking cameos. Because from my limited knowledge of being like 1 degree away from people who get a lot of cameo requests, like you can make $20,000 in a weekend if you have like a lot of requests. Like it's a lot of money to just sit there. Like the housewives have told me like, oh, my cameos are probably, if I like go out and put them on my Instagram, like they get me going. You know what I mean? And like, if I just sit down for a whole weekend and just do them, like they make more than I make in a month off of in 2 days on Cameo.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you can, if you have a following, you can make a shitload of money on there. So
why aren't we going on?
I don't know. We should be.
Yeah.
We can be. We might need to be, Dominic, but then we have to be in person more often with each other. That's the problem.
Oh, I just meant separately. I don't mean together. Please. I don't share enough here. Please. Turks and Caicos. I mean, when you're looking back at a career and what you're known for in the past 10 years is getting into a fight, a supposedly racially motivated fight involving your family in the Caribbean and taking a shit on Cameo. Maybe you need this podcast. You need our help. You need us to point you in the right direction.
Which, P.S., I would bet my whole life on the fact that her dad probably said something horrible to that family and was like, get the fuck out of my seat, blank. And I'm sure her dad said something completely fucked up to the family to instigate the entire fight. Anyway.
I don't know. We've never heard from Bianca Golden since then.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we're going to have to have her
We've
on the
barely
pod.
Heard from Nikki Blonsky, so I don't know why. I mean, it's like, is that the fix? They tour in a regional version of On Golden Pond?
I know. Okay.
Are we here? Are we at the arena?
I need to pray for a minute. And Peru has to go very soon, so we have to do this quick.
P.S. While you're thinking, I want you to know that Nikki's fans, I'm sure we could think of an offensive name to call them. We'll just call them the Blonskys. The Blonskys have been like...
The Cold Stoners.
The Creameries. No, the Creameries. That's it. They're the Creameries. They're petitioning to get her on Dancing with the Stars, which she is resisting because apparently she can't dance. She said the choreographers of Hairspray had like quite a handful with her. They're also trying to get her on The Traitors and on White Lotus. Now, these are her fans who are like, I'm not kidding. Yeah.
Got it.
Her fans are like, now that she has this new this new legion, I'll say, of fans because of the cameos, they want her to be on White Lotus and The Traitors and Dancing with the Stars.
Okay. Nikki Blonsky. I don't want you on Traitors. I don't want you on Dancing with the Stars. I don't want you on any of those things. No one cares about you. Like, you've been out of the spotlight for too long. The only reason you're on this list is because you've been popping up on Cameo and people have been like, oh, what about Nikki Blonsky? So I think, and this is not as a creative of a pitch, but I honestly want her to just become like a YouTube influencer where she's like a day in the life of Nikki Blonsky and we see her like laying in her bed. We see her like not putting her makeup on. I want to see her doing like going to her random weird job and like talking, like all the things that we like think are funny about her, like doing these cameos. I just want like a longer form version of that. She's not a good actor. She's not, again, all these things that would normally, we've been pitching Traitors a lot, Dancing with the Stars, we pitch all the time. Like she would be stupid on Traitors. She's not relevant enough. And Dancing with the Stars, she's like, I can't do it. I'll literally get eliminated first because I'm fat, which is like not what they want to do either. So it's like all these other things I don't want from her, but I do want to watch a video of 10 minutes of her walking around her house, like doing cameos and being weird and me being horrified at what her house looks like. Right? That's, I think, YouTube influencer. I know it's not very, creative or circus pitchy, but that's what I think she could do and make actually a lot of money. And again, I'm watching.
I bet she's probably a better actor than we think because she just hasn't been given that much opportunity. I mean, she was good as Tracy. I still don't think she was the best Tracy of all the Tracys. She was okay. Like, I didn't dislike her when I watched Hairspray.
Yeah.
Like, I disliked John Travolta in the movie, and every time he was on
camera, I want to be famous. I quote that all the time. I quote that all the time.
I actually want to see her. I'm trying to think of an inoffensive way to phrase what I'm phrasing, and I realize I'm not good at that. So I'm just going to, after saying atrociously fat 30 minutes ago, I don't know why I'm even trying to protect myself. I want to see a sitcom. I want to see something, a modern day, a Sex and the City, a Girls, of all of these one-hit wonder overweight actresses in the cast. Like in the cast of the updated Sex and the City, I want it to be Nikki Blonsky, Gabby Sidibe, Chrissy Metz from This Is Us, who's someone who was like an award-nominated actress who has not worked since then because it was a role made for someone big. And then they, meaning overweight, plus-size actresses, can't go anywhere else. So maybe and I'm sure this has been done before, but it's not been done with a cast where everyone has already had a degree of success. Like I'm thinking of sitcoms from like the 90s and the O's where they had like one plus-size actress and they made a big deal of how inclusive they were because they were condescendingly casting someone overweight, blah, blah, blah. So there should just be a whole cast, but nothing about it should have to do with their weight. It should just have to do with them dating. Like imagine Sex and the City, but everyone's overweight and they're not just always talking about being overweight. Because anytime we have overweight people involved in a project, them being overweight just becomes the whole storyline, just like being gay. Or
they're just,
black,
it's called like big girls and they're just like girls trying to get fucked like anyone else.
Well, that's
you know what
it.
I mean? Right?
Well, don't even just call it. No, I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Atrociously
fat. Something along those lines. And then it's just not addressed. Like I would love to see that brunch table with 4 women talking about their jobs and getting laid and all that other shit. But I'd love it to be like a collection of actresses who have been pushed aside because their one starring role was all that they had in them.
Yeah.
Was all Hollywood determined.
It was like genetically engineered for them. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I have to say, I liked where you were going, Dominic, up until you said to like not make it about it, because I was going to say that they need to get the people who like, they need to get Gypsy Rose's team. She needs to call Gypsy Rose's team and be like, get me a Lifetime show so I can just talk about like why I am the way that I am. And then maybe even make it like a whole series with all the big girls get together and they all just talk about the particulars of the trials and tribulations of them
of being
struggling
big.
to get work, of being big. I would think that would be more interesting, having them lean in to like, I guess, bring more of like an awareness of how hard it has been for them. And like Nikki talk about why she worked at a fucking Mervyn's or whatever and why she went to cosmetology school. Like that's kind of how I think the leaning in would be key to me. It cannot be like HBO. It cannot be like, you know, it has to be camp a little bit.
You want it to be like, where are they now? But then they're all showing you they're like horrible. Like that they like have no fame and they're, Dominic wants it to be a scripted series that's like high level. And that's not what Peru is saying he wants.
No, it's the opposite. I mean, I'm not going to change. We can put this up for a vote. I mean, if Peru's submitting an idea, why don't we do a popular vote with the 3 ideas?
Okay, to be clear, the 3 ideas are, mine is her becoming a YouTube influencer. Dominic's is like a Sex and the City for atrociously fat women.
All the one-hit wonder plus-size actresses on the cast. And this show is about everything but being overweight. My show is. Peru, on the other hand,
is a show about basically a documentary following these women, these same women, and like why Hollywood has been so hard to them and how hard it was to be in the spotlight and like what they're doing now.
Yeah, mine's not Peru's idea. I want to draw.
Sure.
I'm drawing the line. Peru wants to do a show.
Yeah.
He very clearly wants to do a show called Atrociously Fat, where all these people talk about being both atrocious and fat. I do not want that.
It's atrociously fat, Colin, the trials and tribulations of
I don't want to hear
plus size performers in the industry, Hollywood theater at large. That's the title.
I know a lot of people who will watch that show.
Okay.
So we'll put this up for vote, Chris, right?
It's a vote. It's a vote. We don't know who's going to win. We're going to have to put it up to the popular vote and the listeners are going to have to vote on it. And then next week, we're going to reveal the winner, I guess. All right. Peru has to go. This has been an absolute whirlwind, Peru. I know you have to run. Where can everyone find you? And thank you for being here.
Oh my God. Thank you. I could go for another hour.
Come back. Peru, whenever you want. Come right back. Please.
But anyone can follow me at Hey Peru on Instagram, on all socials, except I'm not using X anymore. So at Hey Peru, mostly on Instagram. You can also follow me at Pioneers and Trailblazers, my podcast with my comedian friend Nick Rosenthal. We talk about sex, queer, love, and relationships in the city. If you like raunchy stuff, definitely not meant for all ears, just saying, but definitely come listen to us at Pioneers and Trailblazers on Instagram and on YouTube. We're just wrapping up our season 2. So come hang out with us over there.
Dominick, where can people find you?
At Dominick Pupa on Instagram, or the website dominterry.com, or Dominterry on TikTok. Christopher, where can our listeners find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me at the Chris DeRosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople. I wish you all well. And as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye.